My social enterprise is called Water Roam. We design innovative water solutions that's catered for disaster relief as well as rural areas. Our goal is to build a world without prolonged thirst, and we want to do so through technology and innovation and really understanding what are the needs of people on the ground.
Could you tell us more about your first idea, which is around changing our mindset on water scarcity? Are scientists fear-mongering, or is water really that scarce?
We are actually kind of in a little bit of global water crisis, as much as most of us don't really feel it, because I think right now when we turn on the taps, water flows out of our pipes for most of us, and there's this illusion of very bountiful access. But if you actually look at some of the global statistics on how much water is actually available, you will realize that it is actually a very fragile system. If you look at Earth, right, it's mostly blue, and that's because it's majority water. But only about 1% is actually fresh water that we can drink. 97% of it is salt water, and then you have 2% of it which is frozen in the ice caps. So out of this 1% of fresh water, you have surface water and groundwater, but about 2/3 or more than 2/3 of it is actually hidden in the aquifers underground. So they're actually really hard to access for people. Often at the time we extract this water from the ground because we want to provide water to places where it is not really available. So you think about what is needed for basic human rights, for drinking, for cooking, for showering, for hygiene. We require about 60 liters of it, but we are rather wasteful of water because I think we don't really appreciate how scarce water is. Water is really a very precious resource. If you realize throughout human history, when water is accessible, civilizations thrive. And when droughts happen, the water scarcity breeds conflict. For example, you look at the Mayan civilization, it started growing really rapidly when they built its first reservoir system in 500 BCE. But a 100-year drought that happened from about I think 800 to 900 BC completely annihilated the society. Obtaining clean water has always been a very defining struggle in human history, and often of times we don't really treasure how precious water is, and it is really reflective of the current situation we have globally. So I think we need to be very aware that clean water itself is very important, and when you hear about news and reports about water being scarce or running low or being depleted, they're actually absolutely true. It is not a myth, and we need to be able to see past that illusion.